just met you, and this is crazy, but here's my number.
So like, shoot me a text or something if you want. Shout out to the 2 girls mentioned in this video. If you're watching this, that's awkward. And shout out to my mom, because if you're watching this, you've already probably had a mini heart attack from the title alone. So back in June, which was about a month and a half ago, after I got done filming that amazing video of Jordan Okubo, I figured I'm gonna hang out with my friend Tim and his friend Daniel since I happen to be in town. After grabbing some delicious and reliable Red Robin, sponsor me, we decided we would go to the mall to kill some time before Tim's other friend got off work. I really wanted a cookie, so Daniel and Tim decided to take me to the cookie store. If you aren't aware, Mrs. Fields has this amazing cookie. It's like just this super soft sugar cookie with frosting on top. It's fantastic. Now, because of what I've been taught by my older martial arts instructors, I tend to check out my surroundings. Not to be paranoid, but the first way to avoid danger is to be aware of your surroundings. Also, I'm socially awkward, so when I'm in large and uncomfortable places, I tend to analyze other people to keep my mind calm and to keep myself occupied. So we're walking on our way to the cookie store, and all of a sudden I hear some laughing. But I kind of pushed it aside because people are allowed to laugh, like it's the mall. But then the laughing kept going, and then I heard some fake coughing, and that's when things got fishy. They were literally going cough, 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 cough. And then it hit me. 2 girls had been following us, possibly making fun of us, and they wanted our attention. But I wasn't gonna give it to them, so I just ignored them. So I finally saw the cookie store, I got excited, and then one of the girls behind me obnoxiously goes, "Hey Ashley, do you want to get some cookies? I'm really feeling some cookies, how about you? We should get some cookies." When the 3 of us finally got in line, I looked to my left, and I happened to see 2 girls awkwardly walking around the corner. One of the girls gave me this really awkward face. Once the 2 girls were out of sight, I turned to Tim and Daniel, and I was like, "Hey, did you guys notice that?" And they were like, "Notice what?" So I explained that 2 girls had been following us, and they were making fun of us for the past few minutes. And of course, both of them were like, we didn't notice anything." And this is why, even though I'm the black friend, you 2 would die first in a horror movie. So then I had this epiphany. I was going to tell Tim and Daniel that maybe the girl was trying to hit on me, but before I could even finish my thought, her and her friend came walking back in our direction. So of course, I flipped out. I was like, "They're back, don't turn around, we're gonna act like nothing happened and I'm gonna change the subject." So I just stared ahead at the menu, acting like I cared what was on it, until I heard, "Excuse me, you dropped something." So I turned around, and there was a girl with her name and number on the napkin. Except since it was written in Sharpie, I awkwardly stared at it for about 10 seconds because I couldn't read what was on it. Eventually, she broke the silence by explaining it was her name and number, and she apologized for her messy handwriting. But I was stunned. If you can't already tell, I'm single AF. AF stands for always and forever, obviously. The only time a girl gives me her number is if we're gonna work on homework together. And no, I'm not talking, "Hey, we're gonna study tonight." I'm talking OChem, Physics 2, Genetics Lab. I'm gonna guess that some of you are congratulating me through your monitors right now, and you're wondering why I'm not celebrating. Well, the reason I'm not celebrating is because she was 14. I bet you weren't expecting that plot twist. Neither were we. I was kind of conflicted. I didn't want to be a jerk and be like, "Hey, get out of here, you're too young for me," and tear apart the napkin. But at the same time, I don't want to go to jail. I figured I'd wait it out, be nice, and casually reject any advances that she made. The girl and her friends started asking us random questions like why we were at the mall, what were our plans later that day, blah blah blah. But then the girl asked how old we were. I kept silent because this was too weird for me, but Tim and Daniel decided to tell them how old they were, and the girls were kind of surprised. "Oh, you guys are
21?
You don't look 21. Which I'm really not surprised to hear because people constantly think I'm 15. So then I thought maybe they'll stop talking to us because they realize nothing can come out of this. But they still kept talking to me. I didn't know this at the time, but apparently Tim knew that I wanted to get out of the situation. But he kept adding to the conversation because he couldn't stop laughing at how awkward I was being. Thanks, Tim. Later on, the girl asked if we had any social media accounts, and I was like, "I'm not giving her my Facebook. I'm definitely not giving her my Snapchat. But she can't follow me on Instagram because I'm always down for a new follower." Eventually, the 2 girls finally caught on and they decided to leave us alone. I ended up going to the cookie store, which was kind of weird because I'm pretty sure the girl working there just saw everything that happened. I ordered my cookie and they sold out. I'm just kidding, I got my cookie. What's up, YouTube? Yes, that was a true story. And I ended up throwing away her number and never contacted her again, and I unfollowed her from Instagram because every time I saw a picture of her, I just felt weird. Let me know if you liked this video. I've been trying to test out a bunch of different vlogging styles, and today I wanted to work on my storytelling skills. School starts about 2 weeks from now, which means I'm probably gonna stop making vlogs. I know. I just don't feel comfortable yelling at a camera for 2 hours with a random roommate, but maybe I'll make something work out. In the meantime, I am in the process of making about 2 or 3 more vlogs so I can continue releasing them as school goes on. And that's all I have.